right, before I get started setting up my month of August, I'm going to show you, just do a quick flip through and show you how I have been using this planner. This is the last, yes, this is the last spread I shared. I did the month of May. I did a video for this one. So it started off with like a mood board. And even though this says May right here, I may change this so it just says like my mood board for spring 23. And then we have a monthly calendar, which I didn't do too much to it. And I have my goals and intentions, which I don't know, this page did not get filled out. So this is really where this planner came in handy. It really helped me get a handle on my self-care routines and rituals, supplements. I'm trying to stay on a consistent skincare routine. So this bullet journal really helps for that. Exercise, not so much. And also for content ideas, I'm not sure if this format doesn't work for this, or I just wasn't in a creative mode. So I'm just not sure, but this is one of my favorite layouts, even though I didn't use it. I wrote some details and just taped them in. Now this format works really good for different projects I have going on. Like I have my craft stuff. I was doing like a stop motion video project with my son for the summer, the different organization projects around the house, sewing projects, and then some random supplies that I needed to pick up. So this layout will be staying. And then let's move into my weekly layouts for, ouch, something just fell on my, all right, something just fell off the wall in my craft room, but back to this. So for my weekly layouts, I was noticing like I have my to-do list right here for the week, but what ended up happening, like I put a few tasks, but it really helped me track my moods for each day. And that's a lot of what these notes are. Like for today, like the overall theme, I think I had to pick up a few supplies. And then I wrote in a note, let me see, that just says, I was sad that day because I was hungry. I was probably trying to diet or something. But I've been really trying to track my supplements, which supplements work for me, which ones don't. So I've been tracking that like together with my mood. The plan was to do it along with exercise, but that just did not happen. And kind of the same thing. So I started highlighting like what part was just self-care stuff and then what part was tasks. And then this week I kind of fell off, but I kind of knew like this was going to be my low week. And I've been, let me see, that full moon we started golf that week. So, but this is one of my favorite weekly layouts, even though I didn't really use it. And then back into another busy week. And here you can see I combined like my tasks and kind of like mood stuff and self-care stuff. And let me see, last week in May, I kind of fell off. Then I tried this 14-day challenge to start myself back on a routine. But I was also, I don't think I showed this one. I was focused on trying to get like different activities for my son. I actually need to check one off. We did golf. We did not get our swimming. We had like a mini vacation road trip. We did do the museum. I never made it to the museum like book club, and I didn't get my tennis lesson, so that will have to wait until next summer. We'll have a monthly calendar, more weeklies. You see, I don't know why I clipped all these pages. Oh, let me show you. So this is a hand-stitched notebook. And I don't know, this knot is on the middle. That's why I had that clipped. I was trying to do like a monthly layout for the menu, which did not work. A July calendar, July menu, which I just kind of fell off. Toward the end of July, I think I was kind of losing steam with using this as a planner, but it did work really good for tracking like self-care things, tracking my mood, supplements, all those things. Oh, and I do have to, let me go back to a weekly. I made these simple trackers and they were working out good. And then I made different ones, and I think I overcomplicated it and I stopped using them because I do think I exercised this week. But instead of just like a little blank, and I put 3 of them, like morning routine, supplements, exercise. I tried to list everything. This one had a 5-minute gratitude, yoga, affirmations that I do my hair and makeup that day, meditate, supplements, exercise. I think I just overcomplicated it with that one. So moving into August, I will be doing these daily. I will keep up the daily pages, but I'm not using them as a planner. This is kind of, I don't know, more of my self-care. It's turning into not even a planner, like my self-care tracker and mood tracker. And also, I do like to see what tasks I had going on that week. So when I go back and look at it, I can see how busy I was as it relates to, did I stick to my routines? So let's jump into August. Oh, and for August, I won't be doing a mood board because August is kind of like this it's like a transition, like back to school month. So I think after August, I'll come back and do like a fall mood board. All right, so let's get started on August. The end of summer is such a transitional season. For me, that happens in August. For some of you, it may be later in September, kind of when fall starts back to school. But my back to school starts in August. And when you have months like that, it's best not to just plan too many activities. Sometimes the best thing is just to give yourself some grace and allow your time to adjust into new routines, new schedules. That way, once you really get in the swing of things, you don't feel burnt out mid-season. And this is something I have experienced in the past. I would make all the plans in the month of August, right at that back to school season. So I have learned to do things differently. So August is just kind of a time for me to adjust to new routines. So for this page, I'm doing like just a cover for the month of August. And I'm not doing a separate spread for my goals and intentions. I'm going to combine it into one because I really don't have many goals for August. The main goal is just to find some harmony in my daily routines. And I am adding a quote to my page. It says, "The secret of your success is hidden in your daily routine." And that's kind of my theme for the month of August. Just get some solid routines going, especially with my especially with my self-care, like my daily exercise, yoga, meditation routines, daily gratitude, all those types of things. And I find doing this at the beginning of each season It really helps that season to go a lot smoother, and you can avoid some of those bumps. And also, as a creative person, I'm finding that this is really important because as creative people, we feel and experience things differently, especially very hectic seasons, and it's kind of easier for us to experience burnout. So with this season, I am just giving myself some extra grace. And my quote was not standing out on that I don't know, it was just white on white paper. So I'm just adding a little around the edge so my quote could stand out a little bit. And I wanted to leave this page pretty simple. And I'm leaving it simple as a clue just not to overschedule and overcomplicate the month. So for the next side, I am adding my goals. And I don't know what it is about just writing directly on the page with marker. It just never seems to come out right. So I did add a little sticker on top. A little sticker, and of course we need a fashion doll. Even though I'm kind of getting out of the fashion doll craze. I'm not sure, but most of the clip art is available in my shop. I'm in the process of converting everything to digital. So if you don't see something in this video, I'm still in the process of adding things from when everything used to be printed stickers. So if you don't see it, things will be up. I'll be adding new digital files, I guess, weekly. And for that little coffee cup, I'm just putting like a get it done. It just seemed blank. So at the top, I have my goals. And then the second half is kind of a master to-do list for the month. Now on to my self-care routines and rituals. And I'm using the Crayola Super Tip markers. For me, these are the best markers because they don't bleed through the paper. I do have like a better quality alcohol markers, but they do bleed through everything. And for this traveler's notebook, I use just regular copy paper. And this is, I guess it's sort of like a pink, or it's not just a pink, it's almost like a pink, peachy, flesh tony feeling color. And I thought it was perfect for my self-care page. Now for my self-care, I did a good job in the spring season with self-care, and I kind of got a good routine going. Then when summer, I kind of fell off all of those routines. But I do have some things in place. So for this month, the goal is just to get back into those routines. And if you all are like me and it's very easy for you to fall off your routines, I don't know, just be gentle with yourself sometimes, especially like during the changing of seasons. Just kind of give yourself a little extra grease during this time. And I am using, that's one of my favorite washes. Anytime I use this washi, I get kind of carried away. I did add a little more than what was needed, but I wanted this page to kind of be very bright, very fun. It's kind of the opposite of the cover page. And I am just adding a pop of color. That perfume bottle, that's that digital is in my shop. And this is one of my favorite pages. I like that I'm going for kind of this random collage because I don't fill it out all at once. Like it can take me, I know I can write a little bit each day, but there are little sections, little areas to write in, little corners. I don't like the idea of just writing top to bottom or left to right. So this kind of mixes things up a bit. And at the end of the month, I end up with kind of this collage of writing where I can't tell what was written on what day. For this page, I'm keeping it very simple. I want a spot to have all of my trackers in one place, but I'm not sure how I want it to look yet, so that will evolve over the month. And now on to my weekly pages. I don't add the dates, but I do add the week number. I add weeks 1 through 5, and I find this helps me track things like supplements. It helps me track my cycle, my moods, because I can kind of look from month to month and see which week where my energy was low or where my moods were low. So this really helps with that. And I also do add a few tasks on here, and I'm keeping the task in this planner because I will be adding, or I always use like daily planners, or I use planners for fun, but those I don't keep up with them kind of after the day or the month is done. I keep some of them, but I don't know, I end up losing them. So this also serves as a record of what I was working on in relation to, I guess, my self-care routines. And I'm just adding the days of the week. And these pages kind of follow the same pattern. I add a few stickers and then I write the days of the week around the stickers. And I kind of like to add them first because it gives a different flow, or it gives each page a different flow, because you don't know where the days of the week will land. If I were just to write the days of the week, they would probably land all in a linear, the same linear format. And I kind of want this to be, I don't know, have this collage feel. And for the first week of August, I'm only adding 3 trackers, and that is, I'm using it as, I think I have my morning routine, exercise, and supplements. I did have a more complicated tracker, but I may wait until fall to start using those. For now, I just want to kind of keep things simple. second week of August, I bumped it up to 4 trackers because I want to add in intermittent fasting. I have dabbled with it on and off, but I want to be more consistent with it for the fall. So this is a way to add it into my daily schedule gradually. And I'm also changing kind of the color theme for each week. My daily planner style does not change, but I do like to change the colors. All right, and we are to one of my favorite pages. This is my current projects page. And for this page, I just kind of have details or little snippets of the projects that I'm working on. Sometimes the details of these projects do wind up in a daily planner, but I do like to go back and look at what I was working on. And I will be I will be adding in new planners kind of as I go along. I cut down my planners to this one planner for the past few months just to get everything back on track. So I will be adding planners back in slowly. And for this page, these sunshades, these are some random printables that I found on Pinterest. And I'm just trying to go with this brown theme, kind of like a brown and mustard. Pink is one of my favorite colors, but I am slowly gravitating towards like this mustardy blush color. And these clipboards that I use throughout this, these are very old. They're from a really old scrapbook collection, and it is a digital, but you have to kind of cut it off of a pattern page. And I have been using them on my projects for years. I will leave the link to those. And I print and cut them in all different sizes because they just work on so many projects. I use them a lot in my daily journal just to separate the page. And I'm adding these little tags throughout the page. And basically I'm just giving some separation to the page so everything doesn't run into, I don't know, one long paragraph. Like I can separate each little project that I'm working on. For this week's daily pages, I wanted to add a pop of color, and I'm using these scrapbook stickers. They are actually cardstock stickers, and normally I don't use them in my bullet journal because I want to kind of leave it flat and make it easier to write in. So I will see if they affect anything. But I really want to use them to add a pop of color because this week I already know will kind of be a low week as far as energy. I'm planning like this will be my second week into intermittent fasting. So it usually takes me a week or two to adjust. So that is why I'm purposely adding lots of color. Like this page will remind me to stay in the brightest of moods. And I really like the way it turned out, especially the rainbow and the flowers. And this is it's from the American Crafts, the Paige Evans, like this Blooming Up collection. It was one of my favorites just because it is so bright and cheery and happy. And I did mix in a few of my printables. And now I'm just adding the days of the week. And I think this is my favorite weekly page so far. All right, so we are at week 5, the last week of the month, and I didn't really need the pop of color this week, but the last week came out so nice that I just could not help it. So I decided to add in some more of these cardstock stickers. And the last week of the month, I don't know, it's usually, for me, it's kind of like a week of reflection, looking back on the month, seeing what worked, what didn't work, and kind of making plans for the new month. So for this week, it's really not I don't have to do too much to manage my mood this week because it's always just that looking forward. And I'm finding that this system or this bullet journal system really has helped me with, I guess, with overall self-care, managing my creative energy and all that. Like one of my last videos, I talked about creative burnout, and I kind of experienced that season during the holidays last year. So I just spent the last few months just, I don't know, kind of finding my groove again. So this bullet journal has really helped. So if you've been watching me for a while, yes, you can look forward to all of my planners will be coming back. I will keep this bullet journal system going, but I will be adding back in all the planners. Yes, I love all the planner routines. I mean, all the planner trends, like the new trends, the new stuff to do. I love doing all of that. So all of that will be back. I'm just not sure like what format or how many. I don't know, once I go down that rabbit hole, I just keep adding planner after planner because they are so much fun to set up. And I'm just adding the days of the week. And even though this page is kind of simple, I just love the pop of color that came out. So let's take a quick flip through of all the pages. So we have our cover page, our trackers page, and stay tuned to see how this page looks because I'm not sure what the plan is for it. And my favorite, my self-care routines, all the current projects I'm working on. And then we go into the weeks. So I hope you have enjoyed this little monthly plan with me. I know it's a long one. These do take me a minute to set up, but I hope you enjoy. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching and hanging with me for this whole setup.